Patrice here. I wanted to tell you about something that is, I want to say it's kind of strange. So I have heard it said that when you get, when a person locks their hair, that they, it turns out to be this like journey that is, of course, about hair, but it's so much more. And a lot of people have even said it was just like a spiritual journey. There are people who, it's like a religion, right? But what's interesting is I felt kind of like, I hear you, but, you're doing a little too much right there. You're tripping a little bit. So they wasn't tripping. They wasn't. So, okay, so I know I'm speaking broken English, okay? So, just clearing that up. I'm just like, this is me, like, being me or whatever. But I know how to speak English properly. So, anyway, yeah, they weren't tripping. They weren't mistaken at all. I don't know. I'm 3 months in. I got this like hat on because it's like the sun is a little too much. And I went actually walking today. I didn't run today. I walked because when it's really hot, I have to get up really, really early to get in my run because my hands swell up real good, and it's just uncomfortable. I got like little fat fingers, and they feel like sausages. When I don't know, it just reminds me of sausage links when they swell, and I just don't like that tight feeling. And this has been forever, my whole life. Like when I get like overheated, my cheeks flush, everything. But anyway, so I opted to walk, and I only walked for like 3 miles. But whatever, it's something. I might go back out and walk later tonight. But yeah, so it's interesting. It's so crazy how I'm 3 months into this locking process, and I got some buds going on in here. That's when, for those who don't know, that's when your hair is starting to lock. Like, okay, here's a bud, like where it's like, you see it's like thin there, and then it starts to get fat. I'm hoping you can see that. Wait, let me turn it a little. Yeah, it's like a little fat. It's locking. It's starting, right? And so, okay, it was a B. So, it's starting, but I guess so, because I'm thinking through this, right? I think what it may be is that when you're locking your hair goes through this process where you don't have any control, and it's just gonna do what it does as it locks. So you have people who, during this locking process, they will look for ways to cover up, what they're dealing with their head, because, there's all these preconceived notions of how your hair should look by you yourself, as well as, society and, maybe your mother, anybody, any and everybody, right? And so I this year, in fact, I have seen a few people come out. Like, it's like it's almost like they was in a closet, so to speak. Like, they started their lock journey a year or year and a half ago, but they wore wigs, they wore weaves, hats all the time, whatever, they did to cover up this journey that they were on. And so it's like, oh, I got locks, and like they're mature now, and they're at a point where, because your locks go through stages, for those who don't know, there's the starter locks, baby, teenage stage, and then mature. There's whatever. So, and then this part of the stage, like I'm in the stage that people call the ugly stage, but I'm like, my hair ain't ugly. Your mama, no, I'm just playing. But I don't, my hair is just doing what it does, and I'm loving it, honestly. I'm loving the process. I'm enjoying it. But it's interesting. So like I said, there are people who they cover it up and then they come out later when the locks are more mature and they look more uniform, manicured, they just look better in appearance, to them, and they feel like, okay, I can go out like this and I can present this, before people. And so then there's the people who just like me, I don't care, I'm not tripping off of what somebody else thinks or feels or says, whatever, because it's my hair journey, it's my hair. I can do what I want with it, and I am anyway, so and I'm actually just enjoying like the whole process of seeing what my hair does, because it's a very, I guess it makes you feel kind of naked, so to speak, because your hair is literally doing whatever the freak it want to do, and you just figuring out how to deal, in the midst, whether that's like sometimes I'll pin it up in a some kind of way, but otherwise I just let it just be. And like right now I like getting my hair cut, and I kind of like shortish hair, and so the fact that my hair has shrunk up so much with the locks, and that's another thing, like, because I started my lock journey, my hair was about to here, right? And this is what it like shrunk up to, and I'm just like, oh, this is so cool. It's just interesting. So I think it's a thing of like I'm being faced with me, and the question is then, okay, do you accept you? Do you accept this journey? Do you accept, are you willing to even, there's a bee on the camera, I'm just like watching it. I don't believe in killing bees. I kind of like bees. Plus I need them for my garden. But I'm like, go over there, go over back there or over there somewhere, because, that's where the food stuff is. But anyway, what? Get out of my face. So it was like really in my face just now. So, it's like I'm faced with myself, and this journey has been really interesting because I've been thinking about getting locks for several years, but it was just, I wasn't sure I was really ready yet. And what ended up happening is just before my vacation, you see the bee, you see him a little bit, right? No, go on. So, just before my vacation, I saw a card of the woman who started my locks for me, and I was like, you know what, I think it's time for me to do this, and it just felt right. And so I called her up and talked to her a lot and started my journey. As soon as I was done with my vacation, I stopped there before I went home and got my locks started. And I knew that it was a big season of change for me, but it's been really interesting in that it's not just about hair. It is about me learning more about me. And that part has been, overall it's great, right? But it's been hard too, because I'm learning so much about myself and different tendencies that I have and why I have them. And oh my gosh, yeah, there's a huge transformation taking place, let's just say that. So I am I'm on this journey, and overall I'm loving it, and I'm trying to be patient with myself as I go through all these different feelings about what I'm discovering about myself and others. And it's interesting, and all this from getting locks. Are you kidding me? It's just weird. But that's all I wanted to say for today. So I'm gonna see when my children want to do videos so that I can do that with them soon. And I will post the video about the ginger ale soon, and Yeah, I'll be back sometime soon. All right, bye.